Okay, and hi, I'm Josh. I'm Josh. We are going to have a interview. Pretty much, they're just like all general questions. There's going to be two questions on history and philosophy. Three questions with career preparation, and just two general type of question. So the first question is, does your philosophy affect your professional practice, and if so, in what way?
Absolutely. Philosophy is pretty much the foundation of how I carry out my job. If you, pretty much my philosophy in life or my purpose in life is just to make a positive impact on people's lives and to help them get to where they want to go. So, as a firefighter, that's pretty much what you do internally with your crew and their career aspirations and promotionals and how they juggle things in their lives as husband, wives, and fathers and mothers, and in their rank also at work. Um, out in the city, we do that on an emergency case basis, and we're always helping people in their time of need. And I even take it as far as with community groups and inviting them over and helping them with whatever they need. Just like this interview and asking the firefighters to if their kids need help with homework, do their homework here, study for their test here. So to answer your question, that's pretty much the foundation of how I carry out my work.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
The second question: how does history apply to your career field? For example, have you seen a treatment/training method in your industry swing like a pendulum from one side into another, or new research come out that affects change?
In terms of history, kind of it repeating itself is what you're asking?
Yeah, like kind of like what happened in the history, kind of like to lead up to how the fire service is now.
Okay.
Like what changes took place in order to get where the fire service is now.
I would say when the fire industry started, it was a lot of hands-on work. And as you're seeing training keep up with technology and lack of experience, because we're having so many people retire with all that knowledge and experience, we're just trying to keep up with that. So with technology in terms of internet and from books to CDs to school, the trend I would say is a little bit, maybe a swing from hands-on, which nothing compares and can replace that, to a lot more books and classes and certification processes and degrees and programs at school. So I see that trend going.
Okay. The third question: what types of training and job experiences led you to your current position?
Well, in school and job experience, I majored in chemistry and economics in college, so that definitely helped with hazmat and just fire in general, having that science background and then math background. Experience-wise, I worked for an insurance company in multiple departments, from proposal development, account management, and underwriting. So a lot of transferable skills in terms of understanding the science behind what we do, the type of calls we go on, being part of the hazmat program, and all the business experience I had helped me with community service, community interaction, and project management.
And when you say that with your history in management, is that why you are the treasurer for the union?
It was one of the reasons why I was nominated with my math background and all the work I've done with Excel, spreadsheets. I would say that's why guys nominated me for the position.
Okay. What would you say are your primary job responsibilities?
As a utmost, we're here to mitigate emergencies, right? We're here to help people in their time of need, whether it's medical, hazmat related, and anything that occurs that people need help, we're there. But as a fire captain, I'm not only responsible for my first in district or my first area of response, I'm responsible for my crew too. Make sure that they're healthy and they have the tools that they need to succeed in this career.
And what are the most rewarding aspects of your job?
Seeing my guys succeed, and just a simple thank you and knowing that we met the needs of our community. It's that simple.
These last two questions are the two questions that I have to ask.
Okay.
What qualities do you look for when you hire a person in your career field or when you interview someone that's applying for this fire department?
Humility, strong work ethic in terms of accomplishing the task at hand at all costs. People who put themselves last. Those that love to work in a team environment.
Okay.
And those that are flexible. They could give a presentation in front of 50 people in a professional manner in 1 second, and then they could be on their hands and knees pulling hose, trying to look for execute a rescue the next second.
Okay. If I was looking to be hired, what 1 to 2 questions would you ask me? Please allow me to try to answer them. Here is my resume and cover letter. Once you are done asking me the questions, can you just tell me how I can improve and just give me some tips on what to do for when I do have an interview.
Okay. So the first, you mentioned you asked for 2 questions that I could ask. The 2 questions that I always ask of everybody, because I think it sets the foundation for to branch off of, is I'll give you the first question, and you want to answer it right away? One
Yes,
question
sir.
at a time. Okay. So the first question would be, Josh, why don't you start out by telling me about yourself?
Well, I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. I've been working or been involved, both volunteer and while being paid with Rancho Cucamonga Fire for 8 years now. I graduated from Rancho Cucamonga High School in 2011. I will, at the end of this year in December, I will have graduated from California Baptist University in Redlands with a bachelor's degree in kinesiology. I have a family of that I live with that consists of my mom, my dad, and my 3 brothers. I'm more of a family person. I like to spend time with my family. I enjoy being in a team environment and working with others, and always giving my best every day. I have the biggest heart in the world to be there for people in their time of need, and that's pretty much it.
Do you want to go on the second question, or do you want feedback on the first question?
We can go through the second question and then give feedback after.
So the second question I ask everyone that's preparing for a interview is, because you're applying for the position of athletic trainer, for Cal Baptist?
It's just for this assignment.
Okay, so we'll pretend,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So I'll ask you, okay, Josh, so why don't you tell me, what have you done to prepare yourself for the position of athletic trainer for Cal Baptist University?
What I've done to prepare for this position of athletic trainer is, even though that emergency medical technician, it's not really related to sports, but it's still in the medical field, so it gives me a good foundation on how to prepare for an athletic trainer, because we still have patients, still have clients. It's the same process. We have to pretty much do our assessment first. I know what's going on with our patient, and we need to perform a physical assessment, and then actually get them provide the treatment that they need based on what they have come to us for. And with emergency medical technician, it's the same way. Every time we go on a call, we have a patient, and you ask them questions, we get a picture of what's going on, and then we do a second assessment to provide the treatment that we can while we are there. And then anything else that needs to be done, we can do either en route, depending on what the patient needs, or there is a doctor at the hospital that could actually do more than what we can. So that has helped me kind of with my understanding, and both on the anatomy aspect, it's the same too, learning about the different body systems, how they work. With the athletic trainer, we have to learn how certain certain medications work, or when we wrap or splint. Same thing from an emergency standpoint, we do splinting, and so the EMT aspect gave me a firm foundation, so it's easier for me to understand.
Good job. My only feedback for now is, so the first question was, tell me about yourself, right? And I've always organized my answer with either like your resume, it could be education, job experience, and personal life experiences, or you could do chronological, such as I was born Vietnam, immigrated to Canada, moved down to California when I was 12. So it could be kind of like a storytelling. But the focus is, my advice for interview process is put yourself in the interviewer's position. They're trying to find the best candidate that, whether they're looking for character and what they're willing to train, or someone that is trained already and they're ready to go. Usually it's a blend or a maximum of both sides, right? So with that, while you're telling the story, or you're going down your resume chronologically, or by your resume, you highlight the transferable skills. So if this is athletic trainer, in terms of played sports all my life, so I understand the mechanics. I was hurt on the field. I broke my leg on the field, and it took me 6 to 8 weeks to heal, 6 to 8 weeks to rehab after that. Just to show your personal experience and how you interpret your personal experience and how you use it to apply it to how you work. Just like you asked me my philosophies, shows me who potentially the interviewer or I am hiring, right? So just make it personal, and the less nervous and the more comfortable you are, but professional you can be, and be specific, because I wasn't very specific in my answers either. But the more you stand out amongst all the candidates. And the second question, what have you done to prepare? Well, back to tell me more about yourself. So let's say you said you had 3 brothers. Well, if you're the oldest, it would tell me, hey, you set a good example of brothers. If you coached them, or if you taught them and get them out of trouble, it tells me a lot of how you would work with others, and how you would, if I hired you and one day you're the senior athletic trainer, it gives me an idea of how I can envision you taking care of my program, in a sense, So be yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
The second question was, how did you prepare? Which is good. You brought up anatomy, physiology, and then EMT. Same thing. A lot of times, it doesn't matter what question I'm asking you, you're going to end up telling me everything at the end of the interview anyway. So it's think about what the interviewer is looking for. What did you do to prepare? You went to specifics, the classes you took, the job, EMT. Even as a clerk, you're delivering all the medical equipment. So you know what the equipment entails. It's not the first time you've seen it. You've used it on the job. You've seen it in training. You've picked up stuff and delivered it from crew to crew. So it's part of your everyday conversation, right? Which is a huge plus. Also, when you say even the EMT and athletic trainer is not related, but in a football game, right, there's always an ambulance staging.
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense, before the paramedics get there, you're ALS, BLS certified as a trainer. You're highest medical authority, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you transfer to paramedic goes to emergency, transfers to the doctor. So in a sense, you're it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost part of the emergency system.
Mm-hmm.
So it comes with time, and just spend more time with that athletic training program and keep on doing with your EMS. But now you're looking at it through a different lens and seeing how they do relate. How do they, when they do run into each other? Because we get called out all the time. Injury on the soccer field, right? Sports injury on the football field. A broken leg or head pain. So it's in a sense, you're part of the system.
Yes, sir.
What the cool thing is, playing sports in college myself, I miss my athletic trainer because he spoiled me, right? Whatever aches and pains I had, he made me 100% again. So just imagine from the professional athletes down to high school level, what an impact the athletic trainer has on their athletes, and how valuable they are to not only the player, but the coach and the athletic director and the principal and the president of the college or the school, right? Because they're taking care of us. So there's a lot of value there. Good?
Good, sir.
Okay. So go out and get them, right? Athletic trainer, Josh Macias, and how would you make a difference? And how You look at the football team of 50 guys or the water polo team of 15 guys, and how would you take care of those guys to represent their school, their program, bring home championship?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Always good to see you.
You too, sir.